Hey everybody, it's Jeff Berwick here in Acapulco, Mexico, or as I call it, Anarchapulco, where we have our annual Anarcho-Capitalist Voluntariist Conference, and also known as the fourth most dangerous city in the world by the Department of State and the CIA in the US. Don't believe everything you hear on television. In fact, I actually like to always go where they say is the most dangerous place in the world, because it usually isn't, and it's usually quite free, and that's why they don't really want you to go to a lot of those places. Not every place, but a lot of them. Anyway, I want to let you guys know that next week I'll be appearing back in the USSA. I'm heading back, going back to Montana, Bozeman, Montana, which I'll be speaking at G. Edward Griffin's the Red Pill Expo, and you can check it out at $vigilante.com/redpill, and that's on June 22nd to 23rd, and I'll be speaking on the 22nd, I believe. And it looks like an amazing conference. It's G. Edward Griffin's, as I mentioned, the author of The Creature from Jekyll Island, and interestingly enough, he was the person who really got me into everything I'm doing right now today. It was after my internet company totally went from nothing to $240 million to nothing again that someone passed me the book The Creature from Jekyll Island and said, you should read this. And I read it, and I was like, why didn't anyone tell me that's how this whole system works? And I've been going ever since down that direction. That's part of the reason why I'm the Dollar Vigilante today. So it's a real pleasure and honor to have been invited by Mr. Griffin to speak at his first ever Red Pill Expo coming up in Montana next week. And so I want to let you guys know about it. A lot of great speakers, it looks like. Robert Kiyosaki, the author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad. There will also be Lord Christopher Monckton. Interesting guy. I normally don't like anyone who's named Lord, who's been deemed that by the Queen. Not a big royal family fan. But he does great stuff, especially exposing the scam of man-made global warming. Done an amazing job at that. So there's a lot of truth speakers at this conference. Another truth speaker is Richard Gage of the Architects and Engineers for 9/11 Truth. And he's a true hero in my opinion. Of course, I've been a 9/11 truther for over a decade now, and hardcore on it, because there's absolutely no way you can actually look at the evidence and the facts and think it's what they told you on CNN is what really happened. Not even close. Not close at all. Anyway, so that would be a real pleasure. He's been a real hero doing that. There'll also be James Corbett will be coming in, but he's not actually going to be appearing live. He'll be coming in via Skype from Japan. And a number of other great speakers that will be at the conference. So check it out. You can see all the speakers at $vigilante.com/redpill, and it'll be, like I said, next weekend in Montana. So unfortunately, I'll be leaving much freer Mexico next week to go through the TSA and all that kind of stuff. But as I said, it's a real honor to be invited by Mr. Griffin, so I wouldn't miss it. And of course, he actually spoke at our last conference here in Acapulco, in Anarchapulco, in February of this year. And he's been invited back and has tentatively accepted. He doesn't plan too far ahead, but he said if his health is good and if he's feeling good, he'll be back here again next year. So check that out as well. But if you are anywhere near the conference, definitely check it out. It looks like a really amazing conference. A lot of truth, a lot of red pill, a lot of people shaking things up, speaking the truth. There'll even be the health ranger, who I've ragged on a lot recently. He'll be coming in via Skype as well. Mike Adams, the health ranger. I've ragged on him just because he doesn't know what he's talking about with Bitcoin, but with health stuff, he talks a lot of truth, and I've talked a lot about health. Not on the Dollar Vigilante, but my own personal channels, because I've been going through a bit of a health sort of I don't even know what you want to call it, but I've definitely changed. I quit smoking, I quit drinking, I quit everything, I quit eating. I'm basically fasting most of the time now and feeling absolutely awesome. So I've been going through a lot of that stuff. So I'm a big fan of a lot of what Mike Adams talks about, and exposing, the pharmaceutical industry and all that kind of stuff. So all these people there are a lot of the kind of people I've been exposing. Of course, the Dollar Vigilante, I've been exposing central banks and governments since 2010. So it should be a good event. Right, and it looks like a beautiful time of year to be in Montana. It's sort of like Yellowstone Park there. And a lot of great people, so check it out, as I said. And we'll have the links to the expo down below. If you want, click on it. I don't remember how much it is. It's not very expensive for a couple days. It's gonna be a barbecue and stuff, even though I don't really eat, and I definitely don't eat meat anymore. But I'll be there, and I don't drink either. So, but I'll still be there. But I won't be doing anything but standing there and talking to people. But definitely check it out, and I'll see you, some of you, there next week.